Hey YouTube, now it's getting interesting. Well, it's been proven by some Russian hackers that this idea about global warming, man-made, is a hoax. And we remember that one of Obama's employees, that he says that we should never let a good crisis go to waste. And that's where the carbon tax is coming in. And that's where all this green ideas and ridiculous stuff is coming in. And I sit here with WikiLeaks email, one of the 33,000 of deleted emails, which has been scooped up from somewhere. And it goes to tell Hillary she's wrong on climate change. And this is a letter to Podesta and John McCain and John P. Holdren and another one I don't know who is. But it's in 2014 on September 7th this email is sent. It says glaciers melting at alarming rate, huge uptick in meteor fireballs, sharp rise in tornadoes, quakes, volcanic eruptions, sinkholes, landslides, melting permafrost, ocean warming. Is a near-term worldwide cataclysm ahead? ? Minds are like parachutes, they only function when they are open. A gigantic how do you say that? Hierarchical website is transcribed communications to an American woman over more than 15 years ago to date, from benevolent extraterrestrials claim that PlanetX or historical Nibiru, 4 times larger in diameter of Earth and magnetically 20 times stronger. It is a long elliptical path, now slowing passing between the Sun and the Earth, and does so every 3,600 years. The existence of Nibiru and its long orbit was first revealed by the Jewish-American scholar Zecharia Sitchin in his book 1976, The 12th Planet. Well, we can say much about Zecharia Sitchin. We know he's a Freemason, so we can pretty much conclude that half of what he's saying is a lie, and the other half is truth. And when you have half of it a lie, or just a little lie into it, we kind of have to dismiss everything he says, because we can't distinguish between what is the truth and what is the lie. So that's just how I see it. That's my interpretation of it. A multiple follow-up authored books, all based on his Middle Eastern archaeological hieroglyphic interpretations. Nibiru was first spotted remotely by the U.S. astronomers in 1983. You remember they came out with an article just before Christmas stating that a huge heavenly body was discovered, and after that NASA went completely silent, and NASA pretty much from that moment on turned into just a gigantic commercial publicity stunt, and nothing really serious. Well, they got other serious plans, but they're not telling us about it. And, well, that's how it is. And reported that it was time in the Washington Post. But since then it's just been subject to governmental cover-up. It is currently hidden in the sun glare, but distant photo images have provided by the website and the internet. As it passes closer to Earth with its long tail of moons and asteroids, likely within the next 24 or so months, the Aliens website predicts it will cause drastic Earth pole shift of about 90 degrees due to its magnetic strength. That means tsunamis. That means all coastlines gone forever. Drastic Earth pole shift about 90 degrees due to its magnetic strength. This would result, per the website, in more Earth wobble, then violent mega earthquakes, super hurricane winds, worldwide volcanic eruptions, and oceanic slushing with gigantic tidal waves inundating most low-lying coastal areas. It will be much more than that. Louisiana, Miami, food, water, actually low-lying areas, cities as an example, Netherlands, Denmark, that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, I knew that. It'll be gone. The highest point is in a football stadium size, and that is 400 feet. The rest is like Miami, Florida, Bangladesh, Singapore, Hong Kong, New York City, Louisiana, Miami. Food, water, electricity, and gasoline distribution would collapse, resulting in massive relocation, rampant crime, riots, and starvation. Much housing would be destroyed. Melting old poles combined with much warmer oceans due to hotter Earth core, per the aliens. This about the aliens. I don't want to listen to that, because there are no aliens. There is fallen angels, there is demons. That is the ones who is actually giving this information to these so-called elected politicians. Would cause greater than 600-foot rise of ocean levels in the following 2 years. In worst case, as little as 10 to 20% of the world's population might survive. Exactly when this shift might happen is unclear. If all goes as currently projected, but we have already have an annual number of signs: a rise in strong earthquakes in Chile, New Zealand, Sumatra, northern Japan, Turkey, increasing volcanic activity occurring worldwide. Yeah, the official number is around 20 active volcanoes, but we actually have over 40 active volcanoes, so you can see they're keeping this down, not to worry us. No, we just have to go our merry way and play Pokemon and whatever to keep us distracted. It says here, alarming glacier melting, unprecedented land sinking, Java, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. Yeah, there is this, the Indian plate is actually the key to unlock the other plates. When that one sinks in, the entire globe is going to experience earthquakes worldwide, and I mean earthquakes 10 plus magnitudes. That's that plate that keeps all of them in check. It's the key. China, Pennsylvania, Florida. Unusual rogue tidal waves. A sharp rise in USA tornadoes. Melting pole ice. Glaciers. Recently, huge asteroid hit, as an example of Russia. Minor wobbles in the Earth pole position are occurring per the website. Nibiru's magnetic strength apparently is already stirring the Earth's environment and appears to be causing some climate change global warming effects, questionably blamed on atmospheric CO2. That's where carbon tax come in. We can't let a good crisis go to waste, right? Leading up to the shift near term, they predict more Japanese mega earthquakes, a build-up of Midwest USA quakes. We talk New Madrid fault line here, and it's already been destabilized after the Gulf oil spill, to Buffalo, New York. Then an early tsunami inundating low proportions of the Netherlands and my home country, Denmark and UK. Half of United Kingdom is going to disappear. Ireland will be inundated in one motion. People were literally in the sea if they could survive on it. Watch Ireland go down into the waves, just disappear forever. Taking steps ahead of time would be critical, as the shift would take place with limited warning. This is likely to happen before 2016 or 17. Many early indicators are occurring as cited above. Maybe that's why we are leaning up against a World War III, to keep us distracted, and completely distracted from what is really ahead, meaning right above us in the direction of our sun. This is likely to happen before 2016 or 2017. Many early indicators are occurring as cited above, but mainly a second small blob-like sun will be next become visible in daylight by eyesight. but apparently already visible in multiple moons and trailing dust rock clouds per select photo. Nibiru in the website. There would be, according to the alien prediction, be a lean of the North Pole leading to 3 days of darkness for the northern hemisphere. The internet would begin to malfunction as satellites' oceanic cables fail. As already occurring in the Western Pacific, within 4 months after the lean, the pole shift would be then occur rather suddenly. If this does happen, to survive, food, water, and gasoline especially must be accumulated and stored, and camping equipment with gardening and other tools, moving far away from beforehand. As an example, at least 200 mile to 1,000 feet, 200 mile inland and at least 1,000 feet elevation from low coastal areas would be critical for survival. Why haven't Nibiru's existence been publicized? Again, you can't let a good Christ go to waste, right? They have to maintain their status quo and their power, because if they come out and tell us that we have an object coming and it's going to cause the world pretty much to feel like it's the end for all of us, they wouldn't be able to control the populace. There would be no one going to work. The entire system would collapse because people are only thinking about themselves in that matter. And well, I would say that the vast majority of the populace will go in a complete panic, and riots and murders and cannibalism. It is all of it at once, and they would not be able to control it with their military power in any form or fashion. So it would be much easier to launch a limited nuclear war to wipe most of the people up, and we can bring in the Antichrist, and then we can kind of have a feel that, oh, now we're secure. We have peace and security, and then sudden destruction will come upon us, and it will be big. The employees that he says that we should never let a good crisis go to waste, and that's where the carbon tax is coming in, and that's where all this green ideas and ridiculous stuff is coming. This email is sent. It says glaciers melting at alarming rate, huge uptick in meteor fireballs, sharp rise in tornadoes, quakes, volcanic eruptions, sinkholes, landslides, melting permafrost, ocean warming. It's a near-term worldwide cataclysm. Hey YouTube, now it's getting interesting. Well, it's been proven by some Russian hackers that this idea about global warming, man-made, is a hoax. And we remember that one of Obama's in. And I sit here with WikiLeaks email, one of the 33,000 of deleted emails, which has been scooped up from somewhere. And it goes to tell Hillary she's wrong on climate change. And this is a letter to Podesta and John McCain and John P. Holdren and another one I don't know who is. But it's in 2014 on September 7th.